If you've been following along and have never joined a design boot camp, I'm going to encourage you to sign up. It's 5 hours of workshops, and we have live versions going on often, so you can come and ask questions. Go to www.designsweetcourses.com/designbootcamp. If you have been struggling to get sales from your design work or understanding what you really need to do to make money, I have the workshop for you. On September 23rd, I'm hosting my first ever Profitable Designer Workshop. This 1-day, 3-hour workshop is only $97, but I have a discount for all my podcast listeners. Go to carinagardnercourses.com/profit and put in the code podcast for $50 off. I can't wait to see you more profitable. Welcome to the Make and Design Podcast. I'm your host, Carina Gardner. On this podcast, we're unraveling the everyday joys and dilemmas of design, making, and business. For makers who want to be designers and for designers who are makers, this is your inside scoop to help you grow your business and bring more creativity to your life. I don't know who needs to hear this today, but if you are someone who is struggling with their own belief system, this might be the podcast for you. So let's talk for a quick second about, what is really holding you back from whatever it is you want to do. So I have these boot camps, and we have people come into the Design Suite program, and sometimes I see a lot of excuses, like it's too much or any number of things. I'm not ready for it. There are also some legitimate things, or I think people are it's just not for them, right? Because whenever you have a program, you only want people to come into the program who are really going to do the thing that you're teaching. And for me, I want designers who want to make money. I want to teach you how to make money with your creativity so that you are building this meaningful life, this meaningful career, and building residual income. That's my whole that's why I love what I do, okay? And so the thing that's holding you back in whatever it is, okay, and I'm using my Design Suite program as an example, but there are lots of things, whether it's getting your bachelor's degree, whether it's getting a PhD, whether it's starting that business that you want to start, whether it's, I don't know what it is that's going on in your life, but I suspect there's something that you're holding back from. And what I want you to do is think very carefully and very hard about what is the thing that is actually holding you back. Maybe it's something like you want to have a better relationship with your children or your spouse or a parent, okay? When you think about that scenario or whatever it is that you're holding back from, can you actually identify why you are holding back from it, okay? Can you actually identify why you aren't taking steps forward in that situation, okay? So I wrote down a few things. I was just thinking about this for myself, and I was thinking about it from the emotional perspective, my relationships with people, all the way over to my work perspective, what keeps me from designing X, Y, and Z? What keeps me from taking my business to the next level? So I was thinking about it from that perspective, and some of you I know have been holding back from something in your life. I don't know what it is, but you've been holding back instead of making steps forward. And so let's talk about what might be happening, okay? So I think that sometimes it's limiting beliefs, and that's just you believe certain things that make it so you can't make steps forward, okay? You guys, I'm going to tell you one of mine, and I don't totally know when this is going to go up, but I suspect it's going to be end of summertime. In the craft industry, we have cycles of things, okay? And I think you guys heard me talking about using your planning season wisely. For me, that's summertime. Summertime is when sales are extremely low for the crafting season. So when I started teaching and teaching a lot, I am full throttle into teaching design again, which I haven't been doing like fully since I was a doctoral student, and then right after I finished my PhD and I was teaching at the University of Minnesota. I haven't been teaching this much since back then, okay? And I love it. It's so great. And since it's a new piece of my business that I'm really kind of like bringing back in a totally new and different way for myself, one of my beliefs is that I cannot sell anything in the summertime. I mean, that already, first of all, the way I said that is just simply not true, right? I don't not sell anything in the summertime. Yeah, I still have sales on all of my craft stuff. I still have sales with any manufacturers I'm working with. I still am getting checks from this, that, and the other, okay? But the sales are so low that it makes me feel like, I can't sell very much in the summertime, okay? So I went into going into like trying to bring more students into my Design Suite program. I came into it starting in the summertime. And I was like, I don't know that I can sell in the summertime. Why is selling in June or July seem so much harder than selling in September or October? In my brain, it's been set, right? I've created a limiting belief for myself that I can't sell in the summertime, okay? And as I was just like, even though I'm struggling with this, I'm going to continue and go ahead and I'm going to put the program out there because I believe in the program. I might not believe in myself on this particular like situation, right? But I believe in my program and I know it will make people designers and I know it will make them money. So, so I did a design boot camp in June, and I actually, at the time of recording this, we have a design boot camp coming up really soon. And you know what? We totally got people in the program and they are totally thriving in the program. And it was like I needed that to take away that limiting belief. So pay attention. What kind of limiting beliefs do you have? Like what's like holding you back and like hurting you and you don't even realize it? Sometimes a lot of this comes from our own childhood. Sometimes it comes from patterns. Like for me, that was a pattern in my business, right? And so I saw this pattern over and over again. And so I had created a belief around that pattern, right? Or there are any number of reasons why we have the beliefs that we have. Maybe someone told us something once, here, I have a good one, that you always have to post on Friday on Instagram. That's one thing I had heard from a couple of people back in the day. Okay, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, that was true. But you know what? I've done the stats on all 3 of my feeds. I have 3 feeds, you guys, that I post to almost every day, if not every day, and sometimes twice a day. And I have found that my metrics on my Instagram feed is totally different, and each of the feeds are different than anybody else's. So the idea, just because I've been told something, doesn't mean that necessarily it's something that's going to work in my own business, okay? So taking the beliefs of others, maybe things that we've grown up with, and then maybe patterns that we've seen. Okay, those are the 3 things I would suggest you keep an eye on for paying attention to those limiting beliefs, okay? The second thing is, I think, comparison. I have suffered from this in the past, and it is like I have to be diligent with myself that I am not spending a lot of time, if any at all, comparing myself to other designers, other business owners. It is hard, you guys. Like with my words, I'm like always trying so hard. But if you are like me, it is very hard to not like just want to be better, want to be a better designer, a better maker, a better crafter, to put like your stamp out there in the universe, right? And so the moment I start comparing myself, I have to like shut myself down and remember all the good that I'm doing. And also, this is the hardest part, be happy for the other person. Be happy about what they're creating and what they're doing, okay? Because they are doing something wonderful as well. And when we start celebrating all the other things that other people are doing, I think it's actually easier to also be grateful in my heart for all the things I'm doing to contribute, okay? So there's my little spiel about comparison. Comparison is very difficult. It is a work in progress for myself. And if it's a work in progress For you, I'm right there with you, okay? But doing our best to not compare, I think, really contributes to us identifying and staying away from whatever is holding us back, right? Because if you're comparing yourself, it's hard not to hold yourself back, because maybe you won't make anything as good. Maybe you will make something that doesn't feel authentic to yourself. I mean, who knows what the thing is, but you guys get where I'm going with that, right? Okay, the last thing is, and I just want to talk about this because I sometimes laugh at myself, because I think we are our own best salesperson. What do I mean by that? I mean, I feel like I could talk myself into and out of just about anything, right? Are you your best salesperson? And when something comes along and you know it's the next step you need to make in your business or in your relationship, but you hold yourself back because you've talked to yourself and you've sold yourself on the idea that it's not going to work, or it's not going to work for you, or it's not the right next step, okay? Have you done that? Because I certainly have. I'm like always working on stop selling yourself, Carina. Logistically look at whatever the thing is, and am I holding back because it makes sense to not go in this direction? Or am I holding back because I'm scared? I'm scared of the results. I'm scared of the work involved. You guys, sometimes the work involved scares me. Like you guys, there's a reason I haven't had a podcast up until this point, because I was worried about what it was going to entail. Like, what was the work going to look like? Was it going to be too much? Was it more than I could handle, right? And it has come at the right time in my life, so I'm really grateful for it. But there are reasons you hold yourself back from things. Now, what I was talking about right there, sometimes I do think we hold ourselves back, but it's not because we don't want to move ahead. It's because we aren't in the right circumstances to make it happen. And for me, it was a time issue. So paying attention to that as well. Are you holding back because you have to at this point? Because you don't have the resources available? Because you don't have the time available? I mean, that is like a big possibility, okay? And I knew that the podcast would work now because I have some help. I have an assistant to help me get everything up and loaded so that I could provide the content. So paying attention to what your circumstances can help you as well. Okay. All right. Those are just a couple of thoughts I had today about holding back a little bit. And in contrast to holding yourself back, knowing when it is the right time to do something. Okay. And that's not what I'm talking about today. There's a time and place for all the things in your business, in your life, okay? But if you're holding back from something that you know will be good for you right now, like building a stronger relationship with a child, building a stronger relationship with a spouse or a partner, and you're not doing it because you're scared of something happening, being hurt, or, I mean, who knows what other things you're worried about, I'm going to tell you, give yourself a little freedom. Don't hold back if you can move forward, if you can take the next right step, and it can be in the right direction. And I will tell you, I am guilty of this as well, and I am a work in progress as well, and I'm right there with you, doing my best to try to not hold back and to move forward. Okay? Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to talk to you soon. Hey, did you know that you can visit me at makeanddesign.com to learn more about this podcast and join my VIP group for weekly freebies? I can't wait to see you there.